Welcome back to the Exhibit Printing Studio. I'm just taking a moment today to talk to you about contour cutting. You can find a link below to our video on standard vinyl cutting, where you take a block colour vinyl and then use the digital cutter to cut a pattern out and then weed it and prep it for application. But today we're talking about contour cutting, which is similar. However, it's a process that allows us to digitally print a graphic, the advantage being that it could be a photograph or it could have multiple colours. It would be a hassle to do in many layers of coloured vinyl, or possibly it's got a gradient in it, which is something you can't achieve with a block colour vinyl. You can now digitally print the graphic, feed it into the cutter, and because of the registration marks that have been applied to it during the printing process, it will cut perfectly around the graphic that you've printed. I'm going to show you the steps involved in this and the finished product. So here you can see the artwork for the graphic I just showed you over on the bench. As you can see, it's got these crop marks applied, and this is going to be exported and sent to print. The next step, however, is to set up a cut file. In this case, we want to cut around the outside of this graphic and also remove these white areas on the inside of the heart so that they'll be transparent and you'll see straight through the glass. So if I go up to outline mode, you can see there's far more lines than we need. This needs to be rationalized and simplified, so we're just left with the lines we actually want to cut. Just take you over to the file that has been prepped. Here you can see what that looks like. This is now ready to cut. We're going to load the graphic into the vinyl cutter. It will look for the registration marks and hopefully cut in the right place. The optical sensor is now looking for the 4 registration marks. And once it finds all 4, it will cut the graphic. Now the graphic's been cut, the last step, like all vinyl, is to weed it. The colour you can see here is the backing liner. Once we apply an application tape, we'll be able to lift this graphic in one piece off the backing liner, apply it to the glass or metal if it's a vehicle graphic. Final step is to remove the application tape and you're left with your graphic in situ.